You won't surrender.
I thought you were smarter than letting your little feelings get in the way of what needs to be done.
This is your fault!
Snowfall.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Snowfall, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now tonight I'm going to be talking about Snowfall Season 4, Episode 6. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. Overall, this episode was crazy, man, and we did the final predictions video earlier in the day. We also did the major death prediction video a few days ago. And man, sometimes I be kind of hoping that, you know, those predictions don't come true. We knew Fatback was at the top of the list based on what was going on in the season thus far. And of course, he met his fate tonight. You know, he did not make it. Of course, this was an episode that was very sad once again for Leon. And you can see the build up with not just Leon's storyline, but the whole Franklin Saint, his organization, the U.S. government, the CIA, everything is opening up, right? We're seeing that right now, and eventually everything is going to get out there and it's going to explode. As I told you guys, Franklin Saint, he got more to worry about besides gang wars. He got to worry about the government as well. So we're definitely going to talk about that in this recap. So let's begin. What did we see in this recap? Now, earlier in the day, Snowfall, they dropped an early scene preview. So we already knew, for at least the people that watched on Instagram, what was going to happen with Teddy and his brother. We know that he is gone. Of course, he died of a heart attack, which I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought his brother would probably already been gone a long time ago, but he is gone. His father blamed Teddy, especially after all the stuff that his brother has been through hanging around Teddy. So of course, Teddy did not have the best episode. We see Wanda, we see her recovery. Now, I made the video probably about a week and a half ago about Wanda's recovery. So for the people that watched that video, you already knew that it was coming. You knew Wanda eventually would try to get everything together and of course, you know, recover. And that's what we saw in this episode. She's fighting, she's trying to stay on task this time. Will it last? Hopefully it does. Now, Franklin Saint, he goes to Leon and he tells him, look, I can help you, but you know what we got to do. Fatback, he has to take the fall for this. He has to take the L for this. Leon does not want this to happen. Before the conversation even happens, Leon is telling Franklin he can take the rap. He can do the time. But Franklin is not allowing that to happen. He tells Leon that Fatback is a soldier and this is just how it has to go. So of course, Fatback is the person that's going to have to take this L for killing the kid. But we know that was all Leon, right? Now, man, boy, Scully, Khadijah, what a scene. Your boy Scully is tripping out. He believes what he did to Bootsy is coming back on him. He's paranoid. He's thinking that they're going to have bad luck. Khadijah, she's not playing around. As I told you guys, we knew Khadijah will seek revenge. This ain't all American. Simone ain't in this show. Khadijah ain't playing around. She pretty much tells them, look, y'all soft. Y'all sitting around, you know, not doing anything. So we know Khadijah is going to be the one that's going to get the job done. She's not going to sit around like Manboy and Scully and not get things done. She's going to plot and plan and come up with her own agenda to handle the task. Now, Franklin Saint, as I told you guys, he's going to have to worry about other things besides Scully and Manboy and Khadijah. He has the government. Law enforcement is on his back. They know he is associated with Leon. And of course, they're going to put that pressure on him until Leon confesses or somebody comes up with some answers. So of course, Franklin Saint's going to have to deal with this throughout this series, especially after how everything unfolded in the last few episodes. Now, we get to Little Rock, Arkansas. Some of you say this is the beginning of banging in Little Rock. And from the looks of it, we can see the beginning. We can see, of course, Aunt Louie. She's linking up with her friend Candy. And Uncle Jerome, he ain't really trying to be there like that. He's not really liking where he's at. But at the same time, this is a business trip. They have to expand this business. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's kind of sad because, as Aunt Louie said, wasn't anything going on in Little Rock as far as the drugs like this, gangs or anything like that. It wasn't real severe. And I want you guys to pay attention to how it is right now, because it's about to get crazy very, very soon. Now, Charles, I'm going to tell you right now, this dude right here, he's the weak link. I think later on in the season that he's going to slip up and probably end up smoking those rocks. Now, we get to Leon, we get to Franklin Saint, and of course, we get to Fatback. They let him know, like, look, Fatback, you're going to have to take the L for this. You know what I'm saying? This is just how things are going to go. Fatback is kind of resistant at first, but he's like, man, you know, he's loyal. He's a soldier. And salute to Fatback. That's a true soldier right there. He's taking the L for his team. Franklin Saint is pretty much promising him all these different things that's going to happen. He's good. Of course, Leon tells him he's going to look out for him as well as far as protection, getting locked up. To be 100% honest, as I told you guys, if you get locked up for, of course, killing a kid, it doesn't really matter. You're dead in there, or you're going to be dead on the streets as well. But that's just how I believe things would have went. Your girl Wanda finally gets released. Now she's going to have to deal with those issues, her mental health. She's got to deal with all those emotions. Can she finally stay clean this time? Well, we're going to see. Hopefully, as I told you guys earlier, that happens. And of course, Louie, she teaches her friend Candy on how this organization and how this product works and how to cook it and everything like that. But we know deep down inside, these people, they're not seeing it. They believe this is just a new drug. And Johnny, he's the only one that's really asking questions, because he's like, look, ain't it going crazy out there in LA? I seen it on TV. I mean, what do y'all do to handle those issues? And of course, Uncle Jerome, you know, gives him the gun, and he's up there shooting the Uzi and stuff like that. But Johnny is smart. He's like, look, I know it's some problems that y'all have up there. He ain't just going into business and pretty much going in there with unanswered questions. At the beginning, it does seem like things are going very well, but we know deep down inside, this is what they say, the silence before the storm, the quiet before the storm, because in Little Rock, it's about to get crazy very, very quickly. Now, as I told you, this Charles character right here, he is the weak link. He's eager to test the product. They tell him, look, whatever you do, do not smoke this product at all. We already know the reason why. Of course, Johnny is asking questions. He's like, why? Like, what's going on? Like, is this drug a problem for real? They're going to find out just how serious this is. Uncle Jerome knows. He's looking at Louis because he's like, man, you're lying to these people. You know that this drug is going to cause so much trouble, so many problems. Is it really worth it? And we already know it's not really worth it. But Johnny is aware on what's about to happen. He is asking these questions, but we're going to see the aftermath. I mean, once that money starts coming in, everybody kind of gets blinded by all that material stuff and then in the power of what the drug brought them. But we know deep down inside it's going to destroy communities. Now, Wanda, of course, she's out on the street sleeping again, and she needs help. She's struggling. She's going to need some support from someone, and that someone, of course, is Leon. She's going to reach out for him later on in the episode. Now, Teddy, this guy has been drinking. His brother is gone. He's on one. And I'm going to tell you right now, they say people tell the truth when they are drunk, right? As I told you guys in my final predictions, eventually we're going to see Teddy's true agenda. He tells Franklin Saint that he's pretty much soft, that he didn't go with the game plan on pretty much turning over Leon, and that pretty much, look, you are replaceable. Any and everybody is replaceable. He kept saying it over and over and over. And I'm going to tell you right now, as I always tell you, Franklin Saint, he better have a plan B. He better not hope and pray that Teddy's going to protect him when this is all said and done, because we already know that's not about to happen. But that's just my opinion. Now, Uncle Jerome tells Aunt Louie this. Why are you lying to these people? You know what this drug about to do. Uncle Jerome is already pissed off. He doesn't even want to stay there. He ends up just leaving, going to check into a hotel. Aunt Louie, she's trying to explain why she has to do what she's doing. Uncle Jerome is pretty much telling her, look, We have everything. We don't need to do this. We know that this drug is going to make these people crazy, and it's not going to end well when it's all said and done. Now, Fatback, of course, turns himself in. He's going to take the L for this. So everybody sees this on the news. And I'm going to tell you right now, as I told you earlier, Fatback is a true one. You don't find loyal soldiers like that nowadays. It's just sad how everything ended for him. His loyalty pretty much cost him his life. Now, Wanda is able to get in contact with Leon. And Leon says, you know what? Maybe you should go to the shelter. So we know that Wanda is going to head to the shelter where Franklin's dad is the owner, and he's going to be able to help her. As I told you guys, we talked about Wanda's recovery, so we knew eventually she would be headed there, and she would try to keep and stay clean. Now, Khadijah is not playing around. She's cooking up, not no product, but she's cooking up a concoction because she ain't playing around. She's trying to take down Franklin Saint, his organization, anybody. Of course, Scully is there. And he's not really trying to do nothing from the looks of it. So she takes it in her own hands to get the job done. Now, maybe it's just me, but this setup was very, very obvious. Of course, Fatback, he goes outside, he's released, and he falls for the okie doke. And this girl is too eager. She's telling him that what she's going to do, and he's going to have a good night. He's going to clap those cheeks. But we already know that's not about to happen. Khadijah has set up a game plan. She's pretty much taking down Fatback. She's trying to get some answers. She wants to know, where is Leon? But the question is, will Fatback actually have any answers? Well, we know he's not going to have anything for her. And Khadijah, she's going to go crazy, right? Now, let's get back to T, because as I told you guys, she can't be trusted. She asking Franklin Saint about who is Teddy and why did he come to the bar earlier. What do you guys do? Of course, Franklin played it off as like, look, he's just a business partner, and he had a little too much to drink. Franklin Saint finds out the truth that the guy that he sent to go pick up Fatback, none of that planned out. Someone else bailed Fatback out, and someone else has him. And that someone else is, of course, Khadijah. Now, Khadijah, she tells Fatback, look, I need to know where Leon is at, and I need to know right now. Fatback is running his mouth. He's dogging the girls out. He's telling them, what he feels about the girls. Khadijah, not Simone, Khadijah, she starts sticking Fatback, man. Of course, he doesn't know where Leon is at. Now, Fatback does apologize what happened to her daughter. He says he didn't do it. He's not the one you should be looking for. And then, of course, Khadijah tells him to say a little prayer. The title of the episode. And man, what a very graphic scene. Your boy Fatback went out very viciously, man. I felt bad for him. I'm like, man, his loyalty cost him his life. And that's a shame, right? That is a shame. Now, we get to the party, and everything seems like it's going good. The business is booming so far in Little Rock. As I told you, this is the calm before the storm. Remember Candy's facial expression. She's happy with Aunt Louie, right? She's telling Aunt Louie she's going to name the baby Louie and all this and that. I'm going to tell you right now, after the effects of what's about to happen, she ain't going to have that same demeanor. That's just what I'm believing. Now, Aunt Louie finally tells Uncle Jerome the truth, that the reason why they can't stop selling is because of Teddy. He works for the CIA, and they're pretty much tied into all this. Uncle Jerome puts two and two together, and he knows, like, okay, that's how Franklin got out of all that dirt that he was in. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to end well. They're going to have a hell of a game plan to get out of this. Now, the CIA, they come and they put that pressure on Teddy. They want to know where in the hell the guns is at. They're not getting the deposits. I mean, something is not going right. So they tell Teddy, of course, they're sorry for what happened to his brother, but business is business, and he needs to step up. So Teddy now has to leave. He has to go handle some business, of course. He tells Gustavo he needs him to stay there and take over while he makes a trip. Teddy had a horrible episode. I'm not going to lie to you guys. His brother passing. I mean, he wasn't in the right state of mind, and he has to fix this. Now, we get to Franklin Saint. And in this scene, this is the opening scene of the original trailer for season for. We saw this, but we didn't know where Franklin Saint was walking. We didn't know what was going to happen. But now we get the answers, right? Franklin Saint takes a walk, and we see he walks to your boy Fatback. He sees his body laying there, and it was very, very graphic. As I told you guys, your boy Fatback, man, he's a loyal soldier, but it didn't get him nothing. What would you have did? Would you have took the L like Fatback, or would you have told them, screw them? Leon, you would have to take the L, because I'm not taking the L for you. At the end of the day, Fatback did what a true friend would do, a true soldier would do. But at the same time, that was a tough one, man. That's a tough decision to make. Now, Leon, of course, is pissed off once he hears about what happened to Fatback. And, of course, he puts all the blame on Franklin Saint. You know what I'm saying? This is all your fault. We saw that in the trailer. And those predictions that we made, of course, came true. It was because of Fatback and what happened to him. Very, very sad. Now, Wanda is able to go get the help from Alton. And, of course, she's going to help her out. But along the way, along this journey, we see an opening. And that opening is, of course, Irene. And Irene, as in the description for the episode, pretty much gives Alton an ultimatum. And that is, look, I know who you're working for. I know this shelter is funded by your son's drug money. And maybe I'll save you if you give me the information that I need. Irene says, look, I don't want to hurt you and your family. I want to get you out of this. I mean, you are a former Panther. Ain't this what you want for, of course, you know, the government to go down, the dirty government to go down for what is going on in our society, in this community? Think about it, because I can rather take them down, or if you don't want to talk, I can take you down. I can ruin your whole family. So now Franklin's father is tied into some mess. And based off the previews, we know that he's definitely thinking about it. And he's definitely probably made that decision to say, you know what? I'm through. We have to think about something else. And I'm going to tell you right now, Franklin Saint, once again, is going to have to make a decision. Can he really trust his father to do what he needs him to do? Is his father right? Should Franklin Saint make a deal with the, you know, the real people that's going to protect him, right? Which, at the end of the day, we don't know who to trust. Franklin shouldn't know who to trust at all. Put your trust in Irene and hope that this investigation is going to go your way, or put your trust in Teddy and hope that he saves you at the end. At the end of the day, it's plain and simple. Franklin Saint is screwed. And that's just the way it's going to go. That's the way it's going to be. That's just my theory. But overall, this was another great episode. You know, RIP to your boy Fatback. It's crazy how loyalty pretty much cost him his life. Leon didn't want to do it, but at the end of the day, that is something that was done. And of course, he feels bad for it. So what's next? I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't over yet. If you think Khadijah is done, no. It's just beginning. I already talked about her seeking revenge. We already talked about those death predictions. We know she's going to roll up at that cemetery, right? Everybody was wondering, whose funeral was it? Well, maybe it is Fatback's funeral. It's not CJ's funeral. It's definitely, in my opinion, Fatback's funeral. And when that happens, we know Khadijah is going to roll up and she's going to raise hell once again. But you guys, let me know what you thought about the episode. Leave your theories, predictions, everything down below. We're going to talk about this once again. We're going to get ready for episode 7, which will be airing next week. And I got a feeling, once again, it's going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all very, very soon. But let me go out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.